Connor, pick up these stuffed animals.
No.
Ugh. So today's project, we're going to build something to contain all of my boys' stuffed animals. And to keep the theme of the bedroom, we'll give it a little bit of a Batman twist. I took one 12-foot 2x4 piece of pine and cut that into 4 separate 36-inch pieces. Then I took one 12-foot 2x6 piece of lumber and cut that into 4 18-inch pieces and 4 16-inch pieces. Using my pocket hole jig, I created 2 boxes out of the 2x6 lumber, using 2 pieces of the 18 and 2 pieces of the 16-inch pieces we cut earlier. Glue on the ends and fasten them into place. Once dry, this will make a nice tight bond and you won't see the holes when we put in the upright supports. Now to secure the uprights, I'm going to use some lag bolts. Find the center of your 2x4 where it's going to appear on our 2x6 top and bottom boxes. When drilling, drill about halfway through on one side, stop, take your drill and drill the other half through the other side to avoid any blowout or tear out. One thing to keep in mind is to mark all of your uprights where they are going to go in comparison to your top and bottom boxes. I did so on the end grains of all my uprights. Now we're going to mark where all the eye screws are going to go. Keep in mind where the 2x4 supports are going to be, then space them out accordingly around all 4 sides. Do this to both the top and the bottom box. Next, with our drill, put a flag for the depth of our eye screws and pre-drill all the holes to avoid any splitting of our wood. Do this to both sections as well. Next, everybody's favorite part, sanding. I made sure to take off all sharp edges as well as any splinters that were showing and any defects in the wood. I took it out with the sanding process right here. Make sure to sand all your pieces inside and out. Now I'm going to make a top and a bottom for this piece using a 1/8 inch piece of MDF wood. Make 2 squares, one for the top, one for the bottom. Now I'm using a new tool from the Craig company. First time I'm ever using it, so I know it wasn't perfect, but eventually after this project was done, I learned how to use it. With any tool, it takes some practice. This thing ended up working pretty well in the end. Now to secure the bottom, I just used a bead of glue and some tack nails that I had laying around. Would have used my brad nailer, but unfortunately I didn't have any brads. Now for the top, I wanted a hinge. So I just measured out an even space for both hinges, pre-drilled all screws, and secured it into place. But for the top lid, I forgot to put on here, I had to trim down the screw heads because it was only an 1/8 inch thick piece of MDF. So I had to cut off the exposed part of the screws. As you can see, I grabbed some trim I had laying around the house here and put it around the outside edge of our lid. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a problem here coming up. You'll see what I mean in just a few moments. Couldn't leave well enough alone. On to the painting process. I used an air gun that I bought from Harbor Freight. Cost about 40 bucks. I put several coats of black paint on all of our items that we built, let it dry, and then continued on with the process. Now, attaching the eye screws. I used a screwdriver to help screw them in, then I had some helpers come finish it off. Make sure you do it to both the top and your bottom pieces. Now, just attach our hinges to the lid and to the top portion of our unit. Forgot to check by adding that trim if it interfered with the closing of the lid. Simple fix. Just disassembled it, a little bit of sanding and some repaint, and it works just fine. Next, let's attach our uprights using our lag bolts. Place it through the hole that we previously drilled. Place a washer at the end and secure it with a nut. Now we just repeat the process to the top part of the project. Be careful not to scrape the paint off. I used my nylon cord, tied a knot into the bottom end, passed it through the eye screw on the bottom, up through the top, and secured it with a knot. Next, we just remove the excess with some scissors and grab a lighter to melt the ends together so it doesn't fray. Remember to blow it out, don't let it burn too long. And repeat that to all the different pieces that we have. Then we're pretty much done. Now for the fun part. He's actually cleaning his room. Hopefully it stays this way. And there we have it. Hope you liked the project we had this week. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button. Remember to visit us on Facebook, and hope to see you again next time.